IGCSE Biology 061, Paper 6, Variant 2, May-June 2024, Question 1. And question 1 is, a student investigated the effect of acid concentration on the rate of diffusion. In agar jelly, the student was given 3 test tubes containing bromothymol blue indicator. In agar jelly, bromothymol blue is a blue indicator that turns yellow in the presence of an acid. The student used this method. Step 1, label 3 beakers A1, A2, and A3. So he added into A1 20 cubic centimeter of HCl, 20 cubic centimeter HCl, and in the second 2 cubic centimeter of HCl plus 18 distilled water. And in the third, he took the 2 cubic centimeter from the A2 and add from A2 and 18 cubic centimeter of distilled water. It means the concentration of the hydrochloric acid decreasing from A1 to A3 beaker. Then in the next step, use a clean syringe to transfer, then add cubic centimeter A3. We have done this. Table 1.1 shows the final concentration of the hydrochloric acid solution in the each beaker and final concentration of the hydrochloric acid solution, the final volume of the solution. So we have to at final concentration is 1. So the final volume of the solution is 20. When the in A2, the concentration is decreased, which is 0.10, and we have added 18 cubic centimeter of distilled water into it. So the final volume is 20. And then in the A3, the same results are there. That is 0.01 and the volume is the 20. Now the next complete table, we have completed this table. Label the 3 test tubes. Now there will be 3 test tubes A1, A2 and A3. So A1, A2 and A3. A1, A2 and A3. So in the A1, the solution from the beaker A1 was added into it and the particular 10 cubic centimeter. From A2 again 10 cubic centimeter was added and into A3 the solution from the beaker A3 was added. The volume was same, that is 10 cubic centimeter. Now place the 3 test tubes into a water bath at 35 degrees centigrade. So in water bath, it was kept for about 20 minutes. At the temperature was 35 degrees centigrade. After 20 minutes, remove the test tubes from the water bath, measure the temperature of the water in the water bath, and now you can see the 3 test tubes and the difference. You can see the difference in the yellow agar jelly. The height of the yellow agar jelly is different in all these 3 test tubes. In test tube A, the height is greater as comparison to A2, and in A2, the height is greater as comparison to A3. Because in A1, the hydrochloric acid concentration was high, and in A2, it was concentration was low, and in A3 the concentration was least. So the height of the yellow agar jelly was different in these 3 test tubes. Now we are moving towards the next. Measure the height of the yellow agar jelly in each test tube. So you have to measure the yellow agar jelly, height of the yellow agar jelly. So it can be measured with the help of scale. So you have to measure with the help of scale the height of the yellow agar gel. So when you will measure, you will find out, and then you have to draw a table, and in this way you can draw the table. I have made 3 columns, at least 2 columns are required. So the test tubes A1, A2, and A3. So in A1, the concentration and height. Concentration per mole cubic decimeter. So in A, concentration was 1 and the height was about 24 millimeter. We have to take the height in millimeter. So into A2, the concentration is 0.10 and the height is 14 millimeter, and in A3 the concentration is 0.01 and the height is 5. So in this way we have measured the height with the help of scale. Now we are moving towards the next question. State a conclusion for the investigation. And from this table, it is very clear then at high concentration of the hydrochloric acid, the height of the yellow agar jelly is also greater as comparison to other two concentrations. So it means as there is increase in the concentration of the hydrochloric acid, there will be the increase in the height of the yellow agar jelly. So in simple words, we can say that an increase in the concentration of the hydrochloric acid also increases the rate of diffusion. So it means greater height shows the greater increase in the rate of diffusion. So we will write at high concentration of hydrochloric acid, there will be increase in the rate of diffusion. As the concentration of hydrochloric acid decreasing, the rate of diffusion is also decreasing, and it is clear from the height of the yellow agar jelly. Identify the independent variable and the dependent variable in this investigation. So the independent variable in this is the concentration of hydrochloric acid, because there is change in the height of the or the rate of diffusion is different as the concentration is changed. So we will write the independent variable is the concentration of hydrochloric acid, and the dependent variable is the height of yellow, because it is changes as there is change in the concentration of the hydrochloric acid. Now, next question is, figure 1.2 shows the reading on the thermometer in step 14. Step 14, and record the thermometer of the water in the water bath at the end of the investigation shown in figure 1.2, and the temperature is, you can say the value is 10 and then 20 and 1, 2, 3. So the value is 23 degree centigrade. So we would write 23 over here. Next question is, the student stated that the change in the temperature of the water bath was not a significant source of error in the investigation. Explain why the student was correct to state this. Yes, he is very much correct about his answer because the temperature was kept 35 degrees centigrade and it was kept for about 20 minutes. It means if we are going to change the temperature for any of the test tube, so there will be the change in the temperature of the other test tubes as well. So it means if I think it will not affect the um, results of this investigation. So we will write in this way. If there is any change, all they were kept in the safe water bath. So if there is any change in the temperature, it would affect all three test tubes once all were same water bath for the same time period at the same temperature. Now the next question is, suggest a control experiment. Suggest a control experiment for this investigation. So for this investigation, the control experiment can be that we can use the water instead of hydrochloric acid. Because as concentration of hydrochloric acid is changed, the rate of diffusion is also changed, and rate of diffusion is clear from the change in the height of the yellow agar jelly. So in this way, if there is no hydrochloric acid, there will be no change in the height of the agar jelly, or there will be no change of blue agar jelly into the yellow agar jelly. So in this way, we can make use of water instead of hydrochloric acid to make it control experiment. The student repeated the investigation but left the test tubes in the water bath for 30 minutes instead of 20 minutes. As time is increasing from 20 degrees centigrade to 30 degrees centigrade, it means the rate of diffusion will also increase and the height, and due to which the height of the yellow agar will also increase. So now at this time it is kept for more time and the temperature is same but the time is increased. So if time is increased, the rate of diffusion will also increase. So it in this way, the height of the yellow agar jelly will also increase. Next question is, length of the The results are shown in table 1.2. The length of the cube sides by in millimeter 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So the volume of the cube at 2 length is 8 and the time for the cubes to become yellow is 35. And in the 4 length, it is the volume of the cube. We have to find out this volume of the cube, and the formula to find out this we will find out at the given space. And the 6, it is 216 and cubic millimeter, and the time is 170 seconds. And at 8 millimeter length, the volume is 512 cubic millimeter, and the time is 275 seconds. At 10, it is 1000, volume is 1000 cubic millimeter, and the time is 445 seconds. So we have to find out the answer for the value or the length 4. We have to calculate its volume. So we are going to find out the volume. So the formula for the volume is AQ. So V is equal to A into A into A, and A is 4. 4 into 4 is equal to 64. So answer is 64. So the length is 4. The volume will be 64 cubic millimeter, and the time taken for this will be 60 seconds. Now we have to take these values and we have to draw a graph for this. So in this way, we are going to draw a graph, and for this purpose, we have to take the two values, and two values which we length and the time taken, and plot a graph grid of the length of the cube sides against the time taken for the cubes to become yellow. So we have to draw this graph in this way. It will be a little bit difficult for us to draw this graph, but we will try our best to draw it on screen. So on this side, there will be independent value, and on this side, there will be dependent value, and independent value is the length, and dependent value is the time. So the values are for length, the values for length are 2 millimeter, 4 millimeter, 6 millimeter, 8 millimeter, 10 millimeter. So there are 5 values for this. And for these 5 values, we will take it equal to 2 will be equal to 10 small squares. And the other side on the time, it will be 100 for will be equal to 10 small squares. So in this way, by making this scale, we're using this scale. In this way, we are going to draw the graph. First of all, we will write on x-axis. We will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it will be equal to 2. And then 4, little bit difficult, but we will do it. 6, and then student, it will be easy for you people to draw because you will draw on paper, but I am giving you the idea how to draw this graph. And on the other side, we will take the values. It will be about 100, and then it will be 200, and it will be 300, and then it will be 400, and it will be equal to 500. So in this way, we are making the graph. So first of all, we have chosen the independent or dependent value. Then we have make a scale. And then after making scale, we will put the values in the scale. So at 2, uh, there is 35. So 1, 2, 3, and the value will be. We'll put a small cross over here. And the at 4, the value is 64. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What about in this way? And at 6, it is 170. So it will be over here. And then at 8, the value is 275. It is less than 300, 275. So it will be very close to 300. I'm giving you the idea. A little bit change in the drawing can happen because I'm drawing on the screen. And then at 10, the value is 445. So it will be equal to here. Now we have to make use of scale. We have to draw from point to point in this way and in this way, make use of scale. And in this way, there will be accuracy if you are making use of scale. If you are not doing it with scale, then it will be difficulty to draw an accurate graph because this is the line graph. So the points should be very accurate. And we are moving towards the next question. And next question is, use your graph to estimate the time taken for a cube with a side length of 3 millimeter to become yellow. So on the graph, there were two values between, it was 2. So from 2, we have to take the value in this way. I have in this way. We will do it. The value were 2, 4, from you have to take the value 3 and then you have to move on this side and you will find out the value from graph. So it will be, this value will be, you have to write this value over here from your graph. Next is state two variables that should have been kept constant in this investigation. You know, in this investigation, we had kept the temperature was constant. Temperature was constant in this experiment, you know, and because it was 35 degrees centigrade. That was 35 degrees centigrade. Time was also constant, and the concentration, and you can say of the, or the concentration different, but the volume was same. So there were many variables which were kept constant or which can be kept constant. So in this way, it was all about the question number 1. And please like, share, and subscribe my channel. And thanks for watching. If you have any question regarding this video, you can ask me in the message. Thanks for watching.